Next up, we have Hubble over here.
So imagine you're watching your favorite sitcom, and you're obviously interested in seeing what the character is wearing there. You might even be interested in buying it later. How do you do that, though? Would you, one, pause the TV show and look that thing up on the internet? Two, maybe keep a mental note and try and look that up later on the internet. Even if you manage to look it up on the internet, will you actually find it in a way that it's directly sellable to you? Maybe no. I mean, even if you actually end up finding an app which does that for you, would you be able to do it in a non-intrusive way so that while you're watching TV, you don't have to miss out on the favorite parts of it? So to pretty much take care of all of these problems, we have built a very smart TV assistant app called Hubble. Without further ado, let's just show you the app.
So the first thing that you see in this application is a TV remote feature that we can use to control DirecTV using one of their Chef APIs. So here, I'm actually controlling this TV over here. And we can control it by, for example, manipulating buttons over here. We also have TV listings. You simply put in your zip code, and we will pull up TV listings in your area. And this is all done using APIs that we had access to during this hackathon. Over here is the real interesting stuff, though. What we can show is using DirecTV Chef APIs, we can pull up live data of what's going on TV. Behind me, you can see that we have the Miami Heat versus San Antonio Spurs, Game 7 of the NBA Finals going on. And when we open it up in our app, the app recognizes this is a sporting event and gives us an option to go to a thing called Sports View, which will then turn your phone or tablet into a live scoreboard. And what's interesting here is if you and a bunch of your buddies are watching a sports game or like a sporting event in the same room, you can actually start bets. So here I'm going to go ahead and bet that the Spurs are going to win. I'm going to put $10 on this bet. And what actually happens is it creates a Bluetooth room around me of people who are also betting on the game. And we'll soon see, like Gaurav here, he's putting a bet on the Miami Heat.
I think the Heats are going to win.
And what's cool about here is we actually integrated with the PayPal API, and we can actually take this through. And we can even go through and pay off this bet using their SDK, which is really simple. But perhaps what's really interesting, though, is that when you're watching television, sometimes you just see things on TV that you want to have or some things that you just need to have. So to address that problem, we have this cool little button on the top right called Record. And what we can do with this is actually just magic. For example, I would like to buy the number 6 jersey on the Heat team. So what it's done is it's taken my voice. I don't even have to look at the app, really. I just talk to it. It knows what I'm watching. It knows where I'm watching, where in the event that I'm watching. It also knows a lot of other context information about what's going on. And what it did was it analyzed what I said, figured out what I actually wanted, found it in the show, and then actually found a link for it. And it's saved in my list over here. And if you look here, it says that you wanted to buy the number 6 jersey while watching Spurs versus Heat. We tap on that, and we get a link to the Amazon store to buy the number 6 Heat jersey.
Unfortunately, it's currently unavailable, though.
We can also do this for many other applications. For right now, we're going to go ahead and switch gears and go to an episode of The Big Bang Theory. This is also fetched from the DirecTV API, along with Gracenote and TMS, along with actually Zbox's closed captioning API. So we know everything that's going on here. And in this particular episode of The Big Bang Theory, we see that it's known for Sheldon wearing this Green Lantern shirt that made a lot of buzz on the internet when it came out. And so what I can do, again, is just say, I'd like to buy Sheldon's shirt. OK, so what I'd like to point out is that we didn't really mention Green Lantern or anything of that nature. We were automatically able to figure out within the context of the show what we were talking about. And if we go back to our list, we find that it's already found the item that we were talking about. It's tagged it, so if we want to go back to it later, we can go back to that scene later. And it also gives us an Amazon link to where we can just purchase the shirt after we're done watching. Totally not obtrusive. I don't have to look at the phone to actually know what I'm doing. And it's, with a fair degree of accuracy, it can pretty much remember what you wanted to buy.
It's just seamless. The way it works, you don't really have to worry about anything.
Thanks a lot, Hubble.